In a move that nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming, the Lakers have traded Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks for Luka Doncic in a three-team blockbuster deal. Good evening. I'm James of Faithful Angelino Sports with a special report. The Lakers have acquired a new face of the franchise for the next decade. And if you like talking about the Lakers, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We talk Lakers basketball every day here. How shocking is this trade? Well, LeBron James allegedly had no idea anything was going down. The Lakers defeated the New York Knicks 128-112 on Saturday, and James getting a triple-double. He scored 33 points, and he was out celebrating with his family at dinner when he found out, which kind of goes against the narrative, because for years, James has been getting clowned as a de facto general manager. In this case, I guess not. Moreover, Davis was reportedly congratulating his now former teammates for the victory in New York by text. He didn't see this coming either. Davis is currently injured, by the way, with an abdominal strain. What also made the trade astonishing is, to an extent, people haven't been really thinking a lot about Luka Doncic outside of Dallas, because he had been injured since Christmas with a strained calf, although he is expected to return to action in about 2 weeks. Max Christie and the Lakers' first-round pick in 2029 will also go to Dallas for Doncic, who has been one of the league's best players since he entered the NBA back in 2019. He's a five-time All-Star. He's averaged more than 28 points per game, and he's still only 25. The Lakers will also get Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris from Utah. The Lakers will send guard Jalen Hood-Schifino, who was languishing in the G League, over to the Jazz. ESPN reported that Dallas reached out to the Lakers just a few days ago. Former ESPN reporter Mark Stein said Doncic did not request a trade out of Dallas, who are currently 9th in the Western Conference. But the Mavs apparently have been concerned about Doncic's conditioning, which is kind of strange, considering he carried that franchise all the way to the NBA Finals last year. But to be fair, he is kind of thick. He apparently inflated to 260 pounds during the season. Now, without Davis, who has his own lengthy injury history and will turn 32 next month, the Lakers now have zero rim protection. None. Zip. They have one active 7-footer on the roster, but Jackson Hayes averages just 16 minutes per game. As for the other people that they're getting back, Kleber is a 6'10 power forward, but he hasn't even played he's barely played 30 games for the Mavericks this year. Meanwhile, Markieff Morris is 35. He averages less than 2 points a game. Ultimately, the Lakers traded 2 starters because you have to remember, Christie had been their primary 3-and-D wing. I would presume that either Jared Vanderbilt or Dorian Finney-Smith, acquired in the last month, would step into the role. The team now has far better outside shooting, which is something that J.J. Redick had been desiring ever since he interviewed to become the Lakers coach in the first place. This would obviously suggest that other dominoes have to fall before Thursday's trade deadline. Obviously, the Lakers would want somebody at center. They have another first-round pick and some expiring contracts that they could deal. The Lakers are near home court advantage if the first round of the playoffs started today. They're currently 5th. Hop, skip, and a jump away from 4th. You don't make this trade with the idea of plummeting down to the play-in round. Now, pundits are claiming that this is the biggest trade in NBA history. I would suggest they don't know their NBA history. For that matter, I would suggest these guys don't even know their Lakers history. The Lakers traded for, somebody named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Nobody remembers that, really. For that matter, the Lakers traded for Kobe Bryant. That wasn't a big deal. So please understand, this deal is huge, historic even. But I'm not going to sit there and tell you this is the biggest trade in NBA history, unlike the hype spewers that you see on TV right now. I have to admit, though, I do think the Mavericks get a victory in this trade. I think the Lakers get a victory in this trade. But I do have a problem with this trade, and I want to be fair about it. The Lakers at their best, whenever the franchise is at their best, they get the best possible guard and they get the best possible center, and they form an inside-out game. And it's worked for them for decades. Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain, Magic and Kareem, Kobe and Shaq. Hell, you could even argue Kobe and Pau Gasol. Even in 2020, you could say that James was the ball handler. They had that inside-out game to get the ring back in 2020. But looking at it right now, that is a small ball lineup. The Mavs, meanwhile, get bigger, and they can do something that the Lakers couldn't do since 2020, and that's shift Davis to the 4, which he always prefers playing. The Mavericks already have a defensive-minded center in Daniel Gifford. Dallas also has offensive options in Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson to spread the defense away from Davis. So again, you could easily argue this deal is win-win. But in the long term, provided the Lakers find themselves an elite center, the Lakers have changed the course of the franchise. Instead of potentially struggling when LeBron James eventually does decide to hang it up, no. They have a cornerstone of their franchise for the next decade in Doncic. So, once again, the Lakers have swung a blockbuster trade with Dallas and Utah to acquire international superstar Luka Doncic. It only cost them Anthony Davis. And if you enjoyed talking about the Lakers tonight, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelinos. We talk Laker basketball every day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Faithful Angelinos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.